go for a gun, get me so tucked in. More bullets break the speed of sound as an angry 9 to 5 is just let off for rent. He was pissed cause his wife had got this far more than...
Streets reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report, man. Rest in power to Angela Michelle Carr, 52-year-old black woman. AJ LaGuerre Jr., 19-year-old black man. Gerald Deshaun Gallion, 29-year-old black man. Gunned down at a Dollar General in Jacksonville, Florida. Now, check this out. This seemed to be a hate crime, basically. That's what the U.S. Justice Department is actually ruling it based on the evidence that has been retrieved thus far. First off, this happened in about less than a mile down the road from Edward Waters University, which is a HBCU. Shout out, Morehouse in the building. Shout out to all the HBCUs across America. But it happened there, and the shooter, Ryan Palmetto, a 21-year-old white boy, was actually seen on this campus earlier. Officials came up, according to Associated Press, officials came up to him, asked what was going on, and, if he had identification, whatever. Because he was just looking spooky, and, he didn't have any ID, so they told him he had to leave. He got in his car and left. But turns out now he's down the road with a Glock handgun and a AR-15 style type of rifle, and he's killing motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So that's the cold U.S. of A that we living in. But what is the motive? What is the reason behind all of this? Like, how do they know it's a hate crime? Well, this person was actually from Clay County and drove the fuck over to Jacksonville to the Dollar General to do this or whatever. So he is very intentional. Apparently he left some notes on the desk on a computer at his house for his dad to see. Calls his dad up, either contacts his dad. I'm not sure if it's a call or a text. I'm not remembering right now, but contacts his dad, let him know, like, hey, check the computer when check the computer. And then when the dad saw it, apparently he handed this over to law enforcement. The shooting had already began. Now, this crazy part is you have the sheriff of Jacksonville actually saying that this was definitely a hate crime, pretty much, plain and simple. There were 3 manifestos. It was one for the parents, it was one for law enforcement, and it was one for federal agents. So this is very, intriguing, but at the same time, according to Associated Press, they actually, because I'm going from 2 sources, Democracy Now!, which is our usual source, salute to them, Amy Goodman, what's up, and the Associated Press, where the AP was actually saying that the law enforcement had basically said that there was no linkage to a group or anything like that. Like, there was and he acted alone. So here's the crazy thing about this, though. The shooting takes place about on the 5th year anniversary, or death anniversary as I call them, of another mass shooting that happened in Jacksonville, killing 2 black people, being seen as a hate crime. So to not have any motive, be acting alone, not be linked to a group, you're very loyal to something that happened 5 years ago when you were 16 years old. These are the questions I think we need to start asking people. Apparently the gun that he was using had a swastika sticker on it. So it's like, all of this evidence to let you know, like, all right, what's going on? It's pretty much like case shut and closed. Like, that's it. Oh, well, he wrote it out. He's had this hate in his heart for a long time for black people, and that's just it. Like, I'm not for that. And that's why, me running for president, and I try to keep the news separate, my service to the community separate from what I do with my campaign trail. But I do gotta make it known that when I'm running for president, we are not going to be just taking these shootings lightly. Yes, if that's where the investigation ends for that specific incident, then so be it. But if there is a pattern, that needs to be where the investigation lies. Now, I've done plenty of editor's notes regarding mass shootings, the fucked up responses I think Democrats have to it, the fucked up response participation in responses that I think Republicans have to it. And with that said, I think that we really need to open up our investigative abilities regarding this. I continue to bring up, and I will forever continue to bring up things like MK Ultra, you know what I'm saying? Or, there's all sorts of operations that you can find out there that the government really does and has practiced. And so it's like, you gotta, and this is in the past, so, mind control, things of that nature is like, imagine how sophisticated these things are today. Is this having an effect? Can it be ruled out? And if we can't rule it out, we should let people know that, like, there's still room for possibilities of shit to be going for other reasons behind this stuff. I don't condone any hate crimes, and I keep shit pro-black, you know what I mean? This is Black Files News, editor-in-chief talking, you feel me? But, like, at the same time, just jumping the gun to what mainstream media tells us, I think we need to be very careful, especially in these days and times. With a lot of things, there are a lot of things changing right now, so let's open up that investigation as it pertains to mass shootings. Another interesting thing about the story is that the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, he actually came to the vigil on Sunday. Think he's going to talk to the people. He had his, one of the black politician ladies or whatever, basically like welcome him onto the podium to actually start speaking to the people, and the niggas started getting boos. You know what I'm saying? And, she tried to silence the crowd like, no, we not going for any of that here. We're not here for none of that or whatever. Trying to protect DeSantis and protect his speech. But you have people booing because they don't fuck with DeSantis. Motherfuckers know about his policies and how racist them shits is. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not act blind to it. But check this out, though. I'm going to give you even deeper perspective. Like, even with that said, she said, that's not what they hear about, right? This is about a mass shooting. To be fair, as racist as the recent policies enacted by Governor Ron DeSantis have been, regarding, like, changing the the curriculum to basically like exhume, or not even exhume, like just basically just to remove black history from the knowledge base of the children. And among other things, jail policies in the past, he definitely has been anti-gun reform. Somebody yelled out, your policies caused this. Can we really say that his policies caused that situation? This kid, Ryan Palmetto, 21-year-old, should get his head cut off. But he actually killed himself, So that's another thing that this killer had in common with the killer during the mass shooting that happened 5 years ago. So with Ryan Palmetto, though, apparently he purchased the Glock and the rifle earlier this year, legally. He's at the age where he can do it. He's 21. He's 21. Even if you wanted to up it to the age of from 18 to 21, which I don't agree with, but even if you wanted to up it to that, you would still have somebody with being legally able to purchase a gun. Bought these two guns legally, and he did what he did. And ain't really much anything you can say about it. What can you do? Doesn't this present a danger? But nevertheless, did that have anything to do with Ron DeSantis' policy? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I could blame the policies on if I could blame the mass shooting on Ron DeSantis. However, I would still boo the shit out of that motherfucker if I was in the building. You know why? Because I would have to ask, if he wasn't running for president of the United States, would he have shown up in his own state? Mass shooting in his own state, would he have shown up? I want Florida people to comment. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think? Would he have shown up? Because I don't think he would have. You feel me? Like, that's why I would have booed the shit out of him. Fuck out of here, Ron DeSantis. Eat dick. Racist piece of shit. You know what I mean? Smurf head motherfucker. Like, get him the fuck out of here. Somebody, legislatively. Ain't he making the way? You can't vote, basically. You ain't got no rights till you pay off all your debts. If you out of jail until you pay off all your debts. Rich man president, huh? Another one. But if you or a loved one need mathematics tutoring, you know what I mean, check out our parent company's website, the graduationparty.org, where you can get high quality mathematics tutoring that's also very affordable, highly accessible. Click of a couple buttons on the website and whatever, and you plugged into an expert tutor. You know what I mean? Such as myself, who has a degree in mathematics, a minor in mathematics, but majors in physics and mechanical engineering, and, you know, past background of tutoring for about, I don't want to tell my age, but, you know, it's definitely been over 10 years, you know. But at the same time, we also have blackfoxnews.com/shop. If you actually want to just figure out how to support the channel, you know what I mean, you can actually buy paraphernalia off of there, or, you know, flip it around, go to blackfoxnews.com/music and buy the latest album I dropped. That's Still Our Grind, still spelled with a $, TILL, space I Grind, the album. And it's on all digital streaming platforms, Greenwall and Graduation. I'm telling you, best conscious rap album of 2023. But, you know what I mean, just to even curl it back, though, again, rest in power, though. It's fucked up still. All that conspiracy shit aside, fucked up what happened to those people. Rest in power. Angela Michelle Carr, AJ LaGuerre Jr., and Deshaun Gallion. You know what I mean? You know, Deshaun is the middle name, but we're gonna go with Deshaun Gallion. You know what I mean? Sorry about that faux pas, but we need to get to the bottom of this mass shooting situation. You know what I'm saying? So, Bishop for President, my campaign link is coming soon. But it ain't even about that. Just follow me, keep following the channel, because we're gonna keep putting everybody on to this information that we're seeing it every day, but we're not contextualizing everything that we need to be in the ways that we need to be. And so we're getting put in these loops and these cycles. Let's break out of these loops. Let's break out of these cycles. You know what I'm saying? Bishop Grady going to do that for y'all, but keep rocking with the kid. But the campaign link definitely coming soon, you know, but it's 2023, you know what I mean? We out here moving like water. Greenwall and Graduation.
Slide.